Welcome to another episode of Health Your Way podcast, where we discuss health issues ranging from physical, mental, emotional, as well as current facts. Today, my guest is Elecia Renee. Yay! And the topic we're discussing today is lifting weights and what women should know. So let me introduce you to Elecia Renee. She's a certified personal trainer, certified medical aid. She's been part of the fitness industry for over 5 years, and she's a fitness competitor. So I felt like, I wanted somebody that, is a certified personal trainer as well as competitor and has been part of the business and can give a little feedback on, if women should be lifting weights or what is competing like in respects to why should women compete or why shouldn't they? Because earlier last year we had a man's point of view. Today we have to have a woman's point of view. So I guess, introducing you, is there anything else you'd like to add to your impressive resume? Like, do you have anything you want?
Impressive resume. Things I'd like to add is before I got into health and fitness, I started my own personal fitness journey. So thank you. After that, I feel like I'm a lot more relatable when dealing with clients as opposed to me saying, hey, I've been fit my whole life. Like, no, I have my own story. So it helps me connect with people on a deeper level. So that way when I'm training them, it's not just physical, it's a mental thing as well.
No, I understand, and I respect that. And then, I guess for most people that are watching right now, as a personal trainer, and when you meet women and when you meet people, and they're like, okay, well, I've always been doing cardio, and they're always on the cardio machine. What do you tell them and into basically suggesting or encouraging them into lifting weights, and why that they should be open to that idea?
What I usually do is I ask them what their personal goals are. Because yes, losing weight is a big factor, but it's always the why. Okay. So sometimes it's, oh, I want to fit into a certain style of clothing. Oh, I feel insecure when I do this. Okay. Oh, I don't want to be naked in front of my husband. Things like that. So it's like, what do you want to look like? Like, what would make you feel like you're 10 out of 10? Okay. So that way you can do that level of confidence. And sometimes it's even as simple as, oh, I want to be able to lift my baby, but I'm also overweight. Okay. So we try to build in strength training with the weights. So that's how we ease them on into it.
Okay. That makes sense. Like, so when you try to transition people that you first meet, that they're afraid to lift weights, but they're used to being on the cardio machine, you try to relate to their personal goals and what they want by asking them what their long-term goal is, to why they should be lifting weight, and even be open to that idea is basically what you're saying.
Exactly. Okay. Because most women, when they come in the gym, they're scared. Like, they see these big guys and they're like lifting all this heavy weight, and they're like, I don't want to look like that. Or when they look up bodybuilding, they see like the physique competitors and they're all like, and they're like, I don't want to look like that at all. And I'm like, do I look like that? I'm like, no, you look really feminine. I'm like, well, I also lift weights.
I think a lot of people don't understand that. And then I guess that could also correlate to why there's such a negative viewpoint. Because what you said, one of the reasons most people may not want to lift weights is because they're going to look manly. And I think in your own opinion, you said you lift weights. Like, do I look like a man? But you lift weights. I see you lift like, girl, I love your quads. How do you change their viewpoint, or not even change, but how do you help them realize that they're not going to look like a man if they do lift weights?
What I usually do is I will take them out on the floor, show them a couple things. You're like, hey, like, this is how, actually, wait, how should I phrase this? Most women, when they come in, when they think of lifting weights sometimes, and I would like to lift a little, they say, I want to be toned. Toned means a lot of different things to different people.
Sure.
Me, when I say I'm toned, I'm like 10% body fat and I want to be a little ripped.
I understand.
Whereas toning for someone else, it's like, oh, I just want to see a little definition. Well, where does the definition come from? Will it come from that cardio machine? No, sure. You have to lift a little weight. Or we can do things like a HIIT training. So yes, you get your cardio, yes, you build your endurance, but we're also lifting a little bit of weight so that way you can ease yourself on into it.
So that would be, I'm sorry to cut you, that would be something like a suggestion for beginners that want to consider lifting weights. That is what you help them get to that point.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I guess, like, just for the people that are considering lifting weight, when you first started, what challenges did you face?
Thinking that I was stronger than I was.
Really?
So the challenges that I faced when I started working out was couple things. I didn't know anything about the gym.
Okay.
My background of fitness was doing track and field.
Nice.
Gymnastics. So I was not in a gym.
You were outside.
Like we weren't lifting weights or anything like that. So I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to use the machine. One story I like to tell my clients is the glute kickback. I didn't know the little kickstand flipped over.
I did the same thing. That was exactly, honestly, I remember that. I was like, what is this thing? Sorry. Go ahead. I was like, what is this?
I had no, there's like an old picture on my Instagram where I'm using the wrong side because I would just use it on whatever side it was on. And it was like really embarrassing. So I'm like, we all have our embarrassing moments. So don't be afraid of the gym.
Honestly.
Also, like proper form. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I'd see like there are people, if you go into the gym and you see 10 people doing deadlifts, maybe 3 out of the 10 are doing it properly. Maybe 2 out of that 10 are just using a weight belt to overcompensate for them having lower back issues. And then the rest have a really arched back and they're lifting heavy weight. So you don't really know which one you're supposed to be doing.
I understand.
So that was another hard part for me because I was like, I didn't know my adductors were weak. I didn't know why my knees were caving in. Like it was a very scary experience to where for example, I started working out at the Dufferin and Finch Good Life because I was closer to my house.
Okay.
And I was scared to go to the back of the gym. To me, that was like, when you watch The Lion King and he's like, okay, everything past this point, Simba, you don't go over there. I didn't go over there. So I stayed right at the front where I was close to the door and I just looked around and see what everyone else is doing to copy it. So that was a hard part. When people come into the gym, I always suggest getting help from someone who knows what they're doing.
Okay.
So whether you get a personal trainer, watching videos until your body and know what you should be feeling while doing different exercises.
Okay.
Looking at something, you may not be able to do it. Like right now, I'm at a point where I could see, for example, when you're doing your powerlifting, I'm like, okay, I could do that because I can see what she's doing with her feet, what she's doing with her arms. I know what I'm supposed to be feeling. When I started my journey like 5-6 years ago, I had no idea. I was like, okay, she's lifting that weight. I think she looks my size and height. Okay, really? I'm gonna try that.
No, like don't do what she did. Don't do what she, please don't do what she did.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, don't do that. I'm like, you'll hurt yourself, you'll feel sore, and then not come back to the gym.
Yes.
So
basically saying that if you're a beginner and you said you honestly need to make sure you get the right people to help you, like a certified personal trainer, or just do your research, but just don't lift weights that you've never lifted before. It's a scary.
Exactly.
You injure yourself really bad. And then one of the things I find is a lot of people that see, they start working out and then they want to be a competitor. And I know that you're a competitor, right? A lot of them are afraid to become competitors, or they think they automatically become competitors. I guess there's been a shift. So I'm wondering, for your personal opinion, why do you think a lot of women are now considering, becoming a bikini fitness model or just trying to train? Why do you think there's a shift now? Because at one point, women were afraid to lift weight, but now they want to lift weight, but look feminine and compete. So why do you think it's a big change right now? Just for your personal view.
I think, my own personal view, I think it's a big change because it's glamorized. It's like,
really?
They don't see, because they don't see most people that like post their fitness stuff going to shows, a lot of them, they're not posting like, oh my gosh, I'm like really tired today. I woke up at 3 a.m. to do cardio. I'm fitting in work, kids, whatever, school. And then they see this finished product and this person's like all done, makeup, hair. And I'm like, okay, I want to do that. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yes. And the shitty days, the days you don't want to work out, the days that you're pain, the days of people like looking at you like, why don't you eat? Then it's really antisocial. Like it's a lonely sport when you try to compete.
Yeah.
It really is a lonely sport. And a lot of people, you're right. A lot of people, I never really thought about it, but you're right. People, it is glamorized on Instagram. They see the finishing product, but they don't realize what it takes to get to that product. And it's not like we're trying to discourage people from doing it, but it's more like if you need to be, you can't have food issues. You can't be weak-minded, because that sport will tear you down
100%.
and spit you out like you were nobody. I guess if somebody was looking at you right now and they see, okay, well, you compete, I can do it too right now. What are your suggestions on looking for, a trainer, or what would you say they need to know or be self-aware of when it comes to competing? Like, besides what we just mentioned, is there anything that you faced that when you first competed that you didn't know that you want to, advise people that are considering competing?
I would suggest, yes, being self-aware. Like, know if you have, you said food issues. Know if you have anxiety. You're going up on stage in a bikini, and people are judging you based on how you look.
Yes.
So if you lose, you need to be okay with that.
Yes.
You can't be in the back throwing a tantrum and being like, I look better than that girl. That's not going to make you win. That's not going to help you. That's going to show that you're a poor sport. Or like, just humble yourself. Know that if you go on stage, you did your best. And if you did your best and you didn't win, or you did your best and you did win, there's always improvement. Like, you're not going to be a 10 out of 10.
It's true.
You may be a 10 out of 10 that day at that show, but then next week you go into another show and you're like, shit, I placed last. But last week I did well. Last week I got overall. Like, you need to like know yourself to a point where you're like, okay, this is really what I want to do, and go in with reasons, not just I want to post on Instagram.
I'm sorry, people actually do that just to post on Instagram to compete?
Yeah. Like, the amount of people that I've seen, like, they just do it and then they just fall off and they're like, okay, now I'm going to eat all this stuff. And I'm like, you just did it to, like, post that you're eating a donut backstage with other girls?
Yes, stop. I don't think they didn't compete, because I know what it's like to wake up at night and go, really? And then when someone wants to touch you, like, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
And you tell me, anyways, okay, I didn't know that.
For me, like, having a support system was like really helpful. Like, my clients, they saw my struggle, because I was with them day in and day out, 2-3 times a week, and I'd see them and they're like, yo, I respect you so much. And it actually helped me with training people, because I get when they're tired, and they're like, did you get up this morning? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I had 5 a.m. I start at 5 a.m. every day with my clients, because I train people before work, before their kids get up. And I'm up before them doing my cardio, showering, and then training them. And they're coming in tired, like, oh, I just rolled out of bed. I'm like, when I rolled out of bed? 3 a.m. I'm like, let's get to work.
I have to respect you in that, because I don't think people realize it. And I think a lot of people just assume it is glamorizing, and it's not. Like, don't get me wrong, the best part, honestly, is knowing that you reach the stage and you get on there and you're like, yeah, I did it. And then after the fact, the donut after the show is not bad, but then there's a mental issues after that you have to deal with. And I think a lot of people don't realize, even when you compete or you're lifting weight, we hear a lot about supplements. Like, people talk about, fat burners, creatine, or, people don't assume that women can get a certain look unless they're using some kind of hormones. And even then, let's say just regular people are training. Do you get some of your clients asking, okay, well, now I have to lift weights. Do I need to take supplements? Do I need to take creatine or stuff like that? Do you get them asking you questions like that? And what are your thoughts on when you had that conversation?
I had that conversation with them. I tell them to take things based on their diet. So we go over what they're having. So I always, for women especially, yes, we do need our fats, we do need our oils. So I always suggest things like either black seed oil, fish oils, things like that, because your joints need to be lubricated, especially if you're lifting like that, or if you're putting pressure on your knees, your hips, and stuff like that. Like, at the end of the day, you're a woman, you need to
be mobile. Yeah, I get it.
Be mobile. As for protein shakes, they're great. I like them, but you don't need them if you're having food. I'm not saying, go have whatever you want, and then, like, that's how you only get your protein. No, like, that's just, if I have protein shakes, if I finish my workout and I know I'm working right after, and I won't have a meal for, like, the next 2 hours. So again, then I'm having a protein shake.
Yeah, it's a supplement. It's not a necessity to replace you from eating. Like, we're not it's meant to help you out in certain situations.
Yeah, like I think you should be getting most what I've learned over the course of like me working out, because I started off supplementing everything.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm not getting my vegetables, I'm gonna do my veggie greens. I'm not getting certain antioxidants from, say, blueberries or whatever, so I'm gonna get that in a pill.
Really?
I'm not having protein, so I'm gonna have shakes. And I started off with that mentality because that's what everyone was telling me. But after doing my own like research and health and stuff, I'm like, I'm better. I'm a better athlete. I lift better. I see better results by getting most of the stuff from my food and supplementing occasionally.
That makes sense.
Like in the mornings, for example, to have my proteins every morning, like my clients will like attest to this. I come in with like my little Popeyes shaker cup, and there's a smoothie in there. So I have like my antioxidants. I have like my banana protein, my peanut butter, my sea moss, my like tiger nuts, like all of them things, and I have them in there, and I drink it in the morning. So I'm having like a little mini meal while I'm training them and getting my vitamins for the day.
That makes sense, and I respect that.
And then later on, like I find that I'm a lot healthier. My skin is clear like all year round now, and my lifts, like I'm like the other day, because I follow your page, and I was like, I want to lift as much as her. And I'm like, so the other day, I posted it. I did a leg press of 700 pounds for like 2 weeks. And I was like, hey. I'm like, and I didn't have no extra stuff.
You know what? It's so true. I think if most people, when they ask me about supplements, I'm like, eat. I'm like, learn to eat first. Learn to eat. Learn to fix your diet first. And then depending on what you do, like most people don't realize that it's if you eat properly, you get the nutrition you need. If you're gonna be an athlete or a competitor, you are gonna need certain extra supplements on days like glutamine or certain things that help you recover faster than regular people, because you are putting your body in more strength than most people. And I guess if somebody's hearing this and they're like, okay, you know what, we like what you're saying, Eleicia, you know, we're interested in reaching out to you. How can they reach out to you? Like you're on Instagram because I follow you and I stalk you. But you know, besides that point, but go ahead. So I guess the one more thing, if someone had to reach out to you, what sets you apart from other regular personal trainers, and why do you think, basically what sets you apart from other personal trainers?
I think every personal trainer is different. You need to find one that connects with you. I have like a great skill of connecting with a wide range of people. So male, female, whether you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, whether it's health issues, things like that. So that is like my wide range, like spectrum of being able to connect with you. So when you feel comfortable with me or any other personal trainer, you're able to work a lot well and work better and build that bond. So I believe I can help you get to your goals, and I'll do my best to do so. If you come in with an injury and I don't know how to fix it, then I will do my research to find out how I can help you.
That I respect, because you don't want someone that's going to pretend they know everything. So if you want, I feel like
people are trusting me with like the most intimate part of their lives, and I can't mess that up.
I agree with you I agree with you on that, because it is health, and health is important, and you need that for the rest of your life, period. So that being said, I want to thank you for joining us. You know, for anybody that has any questions or would like to see Eleicia back or want a specific discussion about a certain topic, please comment below. We are going to have our information at the bottom of the comments. So again, thank you.
So you're welcome. Thank you for having me. This was a great experience.
Thank you for joining us today on our weekly episode on Health Your Way podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others, and please feel free to comment below and ask any questions on topics we've discussed, as well as future topics you'd like to hear about. Have a happy and healthy week, and be sure to tune in next week for the next episode on a Health Your Own Way podcast.